I'm not.
dude.
I'm not live editing shit.
I know.
Call me Eelayne.
You should. Eelayne.
Dusty. Dirg.
Hey,
Eelayne.
guys.
And Lad.
Hmm?
Are we
What?
live?
Yes,
I'm ready.
Hi, I'm
we
live.
are. We are live. I
Good.
have something to say.
What's
I'm
up?
dead.
I am so glad to be done. I am
You
so.
actually beat the game?
I am so glad to be done. I can put this game back on the shelf so I can continue collecting dust, a podcast where we talk about games that may or may not be collecting dust.
Oh boy. Yep.
You will never. You
That-
know, we need to
That is the
select How.
smoothest
So
introduction.
That's
we
very.
need to. We need to at some point have you play How just so you can put it down even faster because you are shit at bullet hells.
Um, we'll get into Undertale eventually. I did not finish this game. Just so you're aware, I did
I
not
did.
at all.
Neither did I.
I have
finished
finished
it.
this game so many times.
I
I
tried
have
so
beaten it
hard.
in every run.
In fact, I finished it in less than a full day of play.
I
I
tried
didn't even
so
bother.
hard.
My experience would not change.
Didn't get
In
far.
fact, when we were playing Overwatch yesterday, lad,
Mhm.
between matches, I was playing it and I beat it while I was waiting for matches.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for
we
you.
you could tell which of the two of us were like 2016 Tumblr kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So we're gonna start with the preamble as usual. What have y'all been playing besides the game that we're talking about later?
I've been binging Elden Ring. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's not too unexpected.
Lego Star Wars.
Well,
Three.
I've been playing a little bit of Overwatch, and I'm about to be jumping back into
And
Final
Overwatch.
Fantasy 14.
Okay.
I've been playing a totally legal version of Black and White 2.
Pokemon. Pokemon Black and White 2.
Yeah, Pokemon Black and White 2.
I was going to say, what game is just called Black and White 2? Why have I not heard of Black and White, and why is there a second one? But
Yeah,
knowing Pokemon, that makes a lot more sense.
this is not counting VR games, of which there's a few.
Oh yeah, speaking of VR, I've also been playing Beat Saber because I've been using it to work out.
I play VR chat
awesome.
all the time, man. VR chat and Pavlov.
And so Mr. Dust, the one this podcast is named with,
Yes.
what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of games. I've also
Is
purchased a
one of
lot
them
more
Call of Duty
games.
Ghosts?
Yeah. Of course it is.
How did I know?
I did play some Ghosts yesterday with the little group of people we have. We're the only group playing the game. If you go on to Call of Duty Ghosts on PC and you see, there's like 4 people playing Reinforce right now, you're gonna find me there. That's me and a small group of friends I have. When we don't play, you look at the
Whatever.
player count, it's like there's 0 people playing Call of Duty Ghosts on PC right now.
I'm kind of impressed the servers are still up.
The last good Call of Duty.
That's the good thing about
Call of
PC
Duty
games.
Ghosts.
Servers last longer on PC games.
True.
Yeah. So a
Speaking
lot
of
of old
games,
games have servers still.
games not technically video games. I've been getting back into Bakugan, and I'm pissed because they removed Subterra like entirely. They just took all of what Subterra used to be and put it in Ventus, which is basically like saying, you know, this earth type, this dirt type, this ground type, let's mix it with the wind type. Totally nothing could go wrong here in
They can't
design
no.
choices.
That just means you can get a flying sandworm. I don't know what you're complaining about.
I am heavily
Oh, yeah.
complaining about that. What do you mean?
Flying Sandworm.
They
Are we
had, like,
talking about Tremors 2 right now?
Tremors 3: The Awakening.
I want to point out there are like 8 Tremors movies.
Get your number right. There's 6. No, there's 7. There's 7. I was wrong.
Dude, how many Dragon
And
Hearts
a
are there?
TV
There's
show.
there's got to be like 5 or
There's
6 now, right?
5,
There-
I think.
There's
There's
4
gotta be.
originals, 3 Netflix movies, and then in the early 2000s we got a single season of a TV show for Tremors.
No, like here's the thing. Every single time I forget about Dragonheart, I look at my local bargain bin section of Walmart and find another new Dragonheart movie that came out like 20 minutes ago and has already flooded the market with their dog shit.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what?
Because the first 2 movies were so good.
Guess what? They're working on Tremors 8.
I know. Kevin Bacon's supposed to be back.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
got the bacon
What?
back.
They're bringing Bacon back.
Well,
This is proof
after what
Kevin
they did
Bacon
to
is
Burt
washed up.
Gummer,
Um,
I feel sorry for the actor of Burt Gummer.
I forgot he exists.
That man
I-
lives exclusively for the Tremors movies at this point.
at least he's getting money. He's got a job.
Except they killed him.
That's he's gonna come back. They'll just
Oh,
revive
they'll
him.
bring him
The
back.
first
Absolutely.
20 minutes is them using a Ouija board to talk to him.
They're gonna
Ghost of
tie it in.
Burt Gummer.
They're gonna tie it into the Jurassic World series where they can duplicate children and just
Gonna be a
bring him
this
back.
movie takes place 3 days after the events of his death in the last movie, in which case he revives as Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ! It's Burt Gummer.
I would be willing to accept that. What's one actor that if they turned out to be an actual holy prophet, you would just be okay with that?
Keanu
Danny
Reeves.
DeVito.
Keanu Reeves is an easy one, but yeah,
It is. He uh
he already looks the part.
because of looks, I would say Kenobi, but considering he cheated on his wife, I don't think that's gonna happen. So,
What? When did that
Ugh.
happen?
you didn't know that happened? Why do you think
No.
he recently remarried?
I didn't know he recently remarried.
That was over the
Yes.
weekend.
I would accept Terry Crews as Jesus, not because of looks, but because he just seems the type. Just seems nice enough. And also, if you like look into like the shit that he talks about all the time, he's just a great guy.
Can we elect
Okay.
someone for Jesus like we elect a president?
I think the Catholics already do that. It's called the Pope.
No, he talks to God. He's not Jesus.
Bring out the tiny mallet. Okay.
It's called a gavel, you trog.
No, it's a mallet.
No, they use a tiny mallet to check if the Pope's dead.
Yeah, they tap him on the head
Oh,
3
man, look at all
times.
this-
If he doesn't wake up, he's dead. Official.
Oh man, look at all this tier 3 artifact laying on the ground.
Oh no.
You remember that?
So
A
I've
tier 3 artifact, by the way, is a body part of the Pope. They will preserve for the Catholic Church. So if the Pope gets shot and his Pope juice lands on the ground, somebody's gonna be scraping that up to sell it as a fucking tier 3 artifact.
Oh, juice.
I'm not kidding. There was a Pope, I'm pretty sure, that was shot, and like a napkin covered in his blood was preserved as a tier 3 artifact and was later stolen along with a vial of his blood and a crucifix, and have just never been recovered. We've never found them again.
we have been
I
live
love
for less than 10 minutes. This is officially the farthest off track we've ever gotten in an episode before.
Well, I don't know what you're surprised about.
I'm
My
just
other
amazed.
half is here.
I am
just
the king of
amazed.
derailing, okay? I will sabotage your hopes and dreams by derailing.
I'm just amazed. We've had some derail moments, but never have I come to and realized we're talking about the Pope being dead in a gaming podcast. It was just like, oh my god, this is something that's happening right now.
You know,
It's about
speaking
Undertale
of the
too.
Pope,
That's even
that
better.
connects to Jesus, which connects to God, which connects to a game called Ultra Kill. Have you heard of
Which
it?
connects to a game called Undertale.
No, I have not heard of Ultra Kill.
Okay,
Okay,
Ultra
if we
Kill
get
is a
off track,
movement shooter where
are
you're a
we supposed to be
robot
talking
powered
about
by
Undertale?
blood.
We
We're
haven't
getting
gotten
to
there yet.
Undertale. We got other
Oh.
game stuff to go on.
I still haven't got to talk about what games I've been playing. It immediately
Neither have I.
derailed. I got
Yep,
one
no,
game
you're
in,
gone.
and then
Sorry.
now we're here.
Um, So
No,
you play
neither
as a
have I.
robot powered by blood. God is on vacation. The angels are fighting, and humanity's dead because the robots powered by blood killed us.
Love, if I
Uh,
hear you talk about this game one more time, I'm gonna use this bottle cap opener to separate the top part of my thumb from the rest of my body.
Actually, you know what? Keep being on a tangent for a minute. I'll be right back.
see,
I
see,
So
I know
I
what I'm
haven't
doing.
heard of this game once, so keep talking.
It's still being developed, I believe. It's only like
Okay.
$20 on Steam, by the way. I'm kind of thinking about snagging it.
Oh yeah.
So it's a movement shooter, you know, real physics-based, fast-paced go. But
Yes.
you're a robot called V1, and after the robots killed all of
Creative.
humanity, they said, "Well, man, we really need blood, because that stuff is great." And they looked over and said, "You know where we haven't gotten enough blood from? Hell." So they send you, a prototype combat robot, into hell to kill demons so that you can collect blood.
The Daybreaker sequel sounding fantastic.
um, yeah, and at one point you kick the shit out of the angel Gabriel, so that's neat.
Okay.
Because the angels finally get their shit together and they're like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be in hell," and you're like, "I'm a robot, fuck you."
Iris is asleep and she's snoring, and I just every time my cat snores, it makes me so happy.
Meow.
Um, at one point you fight the only other model of your kind, V2. Uh, they're red, but otherwise kind of identical to
I
you.
wonder what the V stands for.
Vagina.
Probably not that.
I was thinking version, maybe.
Yeah, me too. Virgin.
Creative. Version 1 and version 2 going to hell.
Unlikely, but not terribly impossible.
I mean, not
Possible.
having sex does not guarantee you're not going to hell. If you're a piece of shit about it, then theoretically,
Yeah,
hell.
if you're the kind of
Masturbation's
virgin
enough.
that is like, oh yeah, I almost forgot that's a sin. No, but then again, it's also a sin to wear polyester, so
You're not wrong.
it is a sin.
I want to know who.
Religion.
Yeah, religion's weird, man.
It is.
Don't let our
You think
resident
Jesus?
religious person hear that,
I
though.
think Bo Burnham put it well when he was like, God created the universe. You think he's drawing the line at the fucking deli aisle?
I don't know why I'm fidgeting with my fake money.
Do it. Fidget more.
You have
Well,
counterfeit?
it's no. So I've been messing with. Now I'm going on a tangent on my own. I've been really focusing on this world in my head, right? And I've come up with an idea for money, and I
I like
made it.
money.
And it's literally aluminum bricks, but cut down in different sizes,
So it's aluminum Beskar.
pretty much. But it's much smaller. But
Nice.
I have it's all the same thickness, and I have it here.
Oh yeah. By the way, on the topic of things that we're interested in but aren't really game related, with back to the Bakugan thing, I have appendices. I'm not joking though. I straight up have their designs used to be really cool, and now it's just like this is a dragon, this is a wolf, this is a fucking unicorn.
And
I've I've
crab
heard
and
all that, but
shotgun
I've
still
heard the
doesn't exist.
mechanics of the game are a lot better.
Yeah, they kind of are.
So maybe as expansions go on, they'll get more creative with them creatures again. Do they still
Yeah,
make?
but I want Subterra back.
Do they
That's
make?
it. Like
Do they make the translucent ones still?
That's their own thing now. They're called like Diamond Bakugan.
Fucking, they used to be collectible ones. They were just like normal ones, same power and everything. It's just they were more rare.
Yeah,
I,
I
being a
have a
cool
few
person,
translucent ones.
yeah, I being a cool person would only buy them if I found them like that. My team was
I'll be
all
honest.
self or all translucent.
It's like a rarity thing for the new Bakugan too. But with the ones that I do have, the translucent ones that I have, were made back in the time when Bakugan really didn't kind of give a shit about the quality of the Bakugan. So like all of those
Yeah.
Bakugan specifically that I own are like falling apart.
Yeah, there's a reason. I'll just say this. A lot of old toys I had, I remember the day I threw them away. Like, I don't need these anymore. Bakugan, they just kind of disintegrate. I never made
Yeah,
the choice to just, I don't need these anymore. They just stopped existing and they're gone now.
that's why my favorite ones are the ones that are made like partially of metal,
Yeah. But yeah, like
because I know that those are gonna last.
I had a lot
Heck,
of those translucent
my
ones and they're just gone.
when it comes to it coming apart.
I
Okay.
think I have some ones that they gave me in my desk still. I don't know
Maybe.
who
I
they
remember
were.
in my family when I was like a young child, my sister, cousin, and I chose an element that we like strictly used. I chose Ventus. My cousin went with Subterra, and I think my sister was. I want to say she was Darkus. Um, but I thought it was so funny whenever I was like reading through, like they have a little pamphlet that tells you all the elements, and I just didn't see Subterra. And I looked it up, and yeah, they just melded Subterra with Ventus. And as much as I dislike this change, it was still kind of funny to me that my cousin's old element just doesn't exist anymore. It got replaced with an arguably worse element because the Aurelis doesn't represent an element. It's just a faction.
Okay. I'm
Aurelis
gonna
Bakugan are
Love,
like yellow.
love. We
uh,
gotta keep moving.
I'm gonna drag us back onto the gaming side of this real quick.
It's
I'm gonna
just
talk about what the fuck I've been playing real quick.
Yes.
Okay.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Need for Speed.
Oh,
really.
Some on streams, some not. I've been playing off stream Need for Speed Payback Remastered on the Switch. That's pretty okay. It's pretty fun. Um, been playing Shift 2 on the PSP. Oh, I just sneezed.
PS penis.
Been playing
bless
Shift
you.
2 on the PSP. I've been streaming uh fucking Carbon Own the City on PSP. Uh I purchased all of the all the ones by Ghost on PS4. Can't wait to play those. Uh I stopped playing Lego Star Wars and instead I walked down to the local Walmart and bought Lego City Undercover because I heard that was better. So I'm gonna start playing that soon.
Damn.
I mean, at least he's still
Star
playing a
Wars
Lego
hot
game.
take. I have zero inclination to watch the original movies.
I
Oh,
I
don't
got
start on this again.
That's
I
still
got
gonna happen.
I will start a flame war again.
I got
I will do it.
I am okay not super talking about it anymore. I'll just say I got bored and I'll probably never return. I'll go back to the original one that's like $5 on Steam. The complete saga or whatever the first big
Yes.
bundle was called. Yeah, it's on Steam for like $5.
I know, I have it on Steam.
Yeah, I'll just go back to that one. And I'm gonna try Lego City Undercover because I've heard it's a fun little open world game. Um,
It's
what
like
else have I?
Lego GTA, but
Oh,
it's okay because you're the police officer.
oh, by the way, Harley, Dust. Sorry.
Ah!
Failure. I don't give
I
a shit.
caught you in the act.
I honestly don't give a shit.
Uh, I'm sorry.
I
I
prefer
didn't mean to.
Dusty, but I don't care. My name's already
Dusty.
on the internet.
I wanted to bring up the Need for Speed thing.
Yes.
I'll be honest. The last Need for Speed game I remember thoroughly enjoying was Need for Speed Underground 2 on the Xbox original.
I have yet to play it, but I have Underground on the PSP, and I'm gonna start playing that one too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This may have been on the account of the fact that I was like 7. I was I was like I was like a literal child. But
Underground.
I do remember playing Undercover, and that one
Yeah,
was
Undercover's good.
it was
is.
all right. I
Um,
liked racing games as a child. I don't so much anymore.
yeah, that's kind of why I'm revisiting them. I fell out of them majorly. It used to be my thing. Then I got into FPSs. Right now, FPSs are in the trash. So I'm like, I'll go
Yeah,
back to racing
there's
games.
not a single good FPS on the market that hasn't been ruined by their own dev team, and this is including Rainbow Six.
Wow.
Ultra kill. Ultra kill's pretty good.
That hasn't come out yet.
Do we have to ban
It
you to
could
the
come out and
shadow
be
realm?
ruined.
I mean, it's technically out.
By the way, this isn't saying Rainbow Six is bad. I'm just saying that their dev team kind of sucks.
Um, I'll say it's bad. It is.
I like the gameplay.
You
I
got
just
any reason?
I need to play
Huh?
it more.
For
I
me or for
like it.
him?
I don't know what's happening.
Whose reasoning are you asking for?
Well, either
lad?
one. I'm just curious.
Oh, I think the dev team is kind of bad because they take community feedback way too seriously.
They have the same problem
Uh,
that Overwatch had.
a little bit, yeah.
They're
They
but
keep changing the meta up in ways that kind of make it worse.
yeah, they
Like,
care too
eh,
much
they,
about the professionals. I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
yeah, the SMG 11 was like the first to go that made me really upset. Where the when they fucked with the recoil, especially, uh, because it was already pretty hard to land a shot, and the only people it wasn't hard for were people who I don't know were really good at the game, who were people who already were not challenged by any recoil in the game, even when they made it jump around. Eventually it started to get to a point where even that wasn't enough, and so they had to they had to think of other reasons. And now like
Hmm.
most of the guns uh are like laser beams again, and there's no reason not to use an LMG because it doesn't matter, you can just walk around the map ADS. you
Yeah.
don't need to you don't need to do anything, you just walk around the map ADS. You have like zero reason not to.
LMG for the win, baby.
Also, pro playing got really boring, and they started removing a lot of the fun things that made the game really charming, like grenade throwback, so you can no longer play hot potato with your friends. And a lot of their team killing changes to get rid of it and make it less toxic actually made the game way less fun for me.
That says
Because
Because
something.
you
like
like team kills.
accidentally killing a friendly was funny, okay? They would because like casual matches were born and bred of the murder.
I actually agree. You never knew
Uh
you never knew which kind of a game you would join when you, especially when you were new. You either got your teams were super friendly, teach you how to play, or they just watched you. You made a mistake, and your teammate would just 90 degrees shoot you
so
in the head, and that was your lesson. Don't do that again, you fuck.
I actually genuinely miss toxicity in video games. It's weird.
No, I
As long as
I
it wasn't the
agree.
voice chat, right? Like the voice chat toxicity, that can go.
Oh no,
It's
no,
kind
no.
of like it's kind of like
Fully
League of
disagree.
Legends. League of Legends has no way to be toxic in game. But in voice chat, you are gonna get called the N-word so fast. And you're not even gonna have done anything wrong. You're just you're just gonna get called
I-
shit.
Isn't the joke with League the best way to get yelled at by your team is to play the game normally?
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I love shit talking. Now this is because I was thrown into the internet at the time of Modern Warfare 2 and shit, at the height of this shit. So
That's
I have
fair.
fond memories of all the bullshit that would be said at you. And me immediately throwing it back as the little squeaker I was. I was the squeaker, and I have fond memories of that. So
I was a
when
squeaker
games
in
remove
TF2. Yeah.
toxicity, it's like, oh no, I'm becoming old. I remember when you could just say shit in the voice chat, and the
And it would
best
just
people could
never
do is
matter.
just ignore you or try to say something worse.
I genuinely miss the ability to derail an entire game with
Yeah,
one kill.
absolutely.
And that
Uh,
is my favorite way to play games is online games is to just completely derail them.
hot take.
Yes.
Uh, I'm I'm relatively okay with a lot of the reduction of toxicity. Not so much necessarily like gameplay things like what they did to Siege, but for example, Overwatch. We lost, and the only person that had anything to say was an enemy team member who just said L.
Mm,
That's not toxic.
ooh. That's
No, and, with the way it was, you'd have to be there. No, then there was the
that just
person who
being
called it like the shit tier lobby or something like that. Um, but yeah, we've encountered a few things like that where it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, well, you won. Please just stop.
Oh no,
please
no.
go.
I'd be in that chat saying get fucked pussies. I'm in
So
that
you
chat.
contribute to the problem?
I don't give a I absolutely.
I may not
Absolutely.
like into the chat and teabag and like get after somebody, but I would absolutely teabag you.
I There's nothing more fun than getting into a yelling match over voice comm with an enemy or a teammate even. There's nothing
Uh,
funnier.
I disagree just because
Especially
of my own personal
I
feelings
think
of
it's best in Call of Duty because the only time you heard the enemy team was for a couple minutes before the game and at the end
You
of the
should play
game.
Pavlov. I swear, Dusty, you should actually like play Pavlov.
There's
You
nothing
would
better than
love the
hot mics.
culture around it. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Pavlov has the mic on all the
Oh my.
time, especially in
Okay.
TTT. So like derailing an entire game is very easy because all you really have to do is play the game like it's VR chat and then just kill somebody.
I
Or even better, if you're the trader and you're just surrounded by people, I always love just taking out the biggest guy I see and seeing if I could survive the imminent like bullet rape I'm about to receive.
I think I like Call of Duty the best because the hot mic is so short. There's nothing better than you get a kill and you just hear son of a bitch, I fucking
And then it gets cut
and
off.
yeah, yes, you don't hear the beginning or the end. You just hear the middle of their rant. And it's so fucking good.
Okay, that is pretty good.
And
see that's different. Like
that's gonna sound
the
perfect
That's
in
pretty
the
good, actually.
podcast because I totally did that live by muting myself at the beginning and the end of that. It's gonna sound beautiful.
like rage is one
Mwah.
thing. Like I'm okay. I even find that funny to hear.
You just kissed the mic, bro.
No, I kissed my fingers like an Italian.
I forgot
Oh,
that was an Italian thing.
shout out to my fellow finger sniffers. Gonna sniff your fingers now.
Now, I'm gonna take this moment. Toxicity. You know what else is toxic?
Hmm.
Cell phone companies that charge hidden fees.
T-Mobile is our spot. I'm kidding.
That's
No,
you
No,
just
I
have an
I
ad
will
read.
not accept a T-Mobile sponsorship after what they've been doing to my YouTube ads for the. I had an entire day where it was nothing but T-Mobile.
I'm
Dude,
sorry.
that's
One
why
day where every ad I got, which was a lot because YouTube is very very friendly with advertisers. All just one.
Would you say that's pretty toxic?
Oh, it was. It
You know,
sure
it's
was.
targeted.
you know what else can be toxic?
What?
Diablo.
Ooh.
Did you know that Diablo Immortal's coming out next month? That phone game, it's officially coming out. You
Oh,
excited
is
about
it
that shit?
actually? I
They're
thought
finally
they
revealing
canned
it.
it.
No,
I
they
thought
they
canned it
developed
because
that
of like all the
thing.
shitty. Oh,
That thing was almost
nobody's
completely
gonna play
developed.
it.
No,
Who the
their
fuck is gonna
their
play
secret
it?
is this. It's coming out on PC too.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
great.
They
boy, that
spent the time
totally
doing that.
changes anything.
No,
I'm still
exactly.
burned. I've
Everyone,
still been burned as a consumer that they made a fucking mobile game. I
yeah,
am not playing it.
What, you don't have
it's
any phones?
at best,
dude,
man.
dude, that was some of the most tone deaf shit I have ever heard. I remember that controversy like it was like yesterday.
Is this an out of
That is
season April
literally
Fool's joke?
yeah, that is literally such a disconnect between the developers and the consumers.
Well, the thing too is like Diablo 3 was such a step away from everything Diablo 2 had been because Diablo 3
It was way more
took
casual.
it tried to be. That was the thing. It took so much of the actual control and mechanics out of Diablo. I know someone who has always been a huge Diablo fan. They beat Diablo 3 in a day and said it was not
Jesus.
worth any effort at all.
Oof.
Well, I mean, admittedly, if you play Wizard, you're only ever going to be using L2 or R2. I mean,
But yeah, basically that's coming out next month. They've revealed it's coming out on PC, and best case scenario, it's a shit game that they reworked the UI on so it can be played decently on PC. Worst case scenario, you're going to be playing a phone game with your mouse. It's going to be terrible.
you know what? I don't even dislike mobile games. It's the mobile market that fucking sucks.
Yes.
Yeah. The idea of mobile gaming is not a bad thing, it's just the way it's been handled is ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I do not have any high expectations for any phone game I get whatsoever.
And unfortunately, now
I've
phones are getting good enough that we can have like good big IPs on it, like Diablo, like Call of Duty, like fucking Siege is coming to phones.
Oh,
But
I
be-
forgot about that.
yeah, but all of it is the usual. It's all free, which means it's just the bullshit
it's fucking
microtransactions again.
adware.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like, oh,
I
cool, phones
only
are
have
strong enough to hold our
one.
IPs, but they're just as bad as all the other games that came before it. Cool.
I have one phone game that I paid for. It is the Drastic DS Simulator.
I've never
You
heard of
know,
this.
That's not, yeah, I recommend it. It's pretty good. It plays DS games. That's all it does.
Do any of you
you
have
have
a
to
mobile
buy.
game you like?
You have to get the ROMs yourself, but oh, and
Halo
I guess
is
BitLife. BitLife is okay.
a mobile game
It's
that
funny.
I like. I like playing solitaire on my phone.
Even if
Solitaire's
it's like,
good.
even if it's like a cookie clicker, I will count that. There's some decent cookie clickers out there.
I have mini
UFC.
motorways.
Mini Motorways is good. Yes,
I
that's a good
had
game.
a Windows
Cor-
98 themed
You
kind of
do.
clicker game.
Yes, I forgot about
Corruption
that.
of
I
Chick.
had it for a little bit. I
No.
forgot about that. But one I liked that I still play is called Rovercraft. It's one of those classic. You have a car. It's 2D, and you go up and down some hills. And you have to get to the end
Yeah.
of the stage. But this one is you start with a bunch of blocks and wheels, and you have to actually create your car, and it can fall apart on the way there. And
Okay.
you're on different planets and shit. They made a second one. It's adware and microtransaction filled. The first one is way less, so I still play the first one. So I
Mm.
recommend
I
Rovercraft, the OG, not the second one. First
I
one.
have an app recommendation for phones. It's called
Okay.
the Vine Thud button, and it's a button that you press and it plays the Vine Thud. And
Okay.
that's all. That's it. That's all it is. I highly recommend it. It's a good app. I
Okay.
The only
worth
other
worth the $0 I spent on it.
uh there's a Halo themed game actually that's really hard, like difficult, but it was created with a surprising amount of detail called Spartan Firefight, and it's if you took Halo and made it a 2D pixel game, like side scrolling. It's weird, but it's surprisingly well crafted.
Okay.
I feel like
Um,
people wouldn't be so mad about the mobile market if it wasn't just all the games are adware. And
Yeah.
if they're not adware, they're ass or
Yeah,
gotchas, which
there's
falls
very
under the
few.
ass category.
I think by just technicality of I want a decent game that's not super ad filled that I would pay money for. That's a good game and a good IP. I know, right? What does that? You boil it down. It's like, what's the best mobile game? It's fucking Minecraft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Minecraft
it's
again.
Minecraft.
Minecraft
Hmm.
Pocket Edition is the best mobile
You know
game.
what? Another thing I would also point out, a game that sucks simply because of what it is. Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact as a game is pretty decent. It being a gotcha fucking ruins it entirely.
That's what I've heard. A lot of people
Yeah.
like that game,
Yeah,
but the
I hate
microtransactions are
that it's a
terrible.
gotcha. The microtransactions are very expensive and they're really shit. You have like really awful odds of actually getting the characters you want. And once you've gotten the character you want, that's not enough. If you
You
want
gotta
them to
get
be
them
powerful,
more.
you have to get them again and again, like 10 times in order to fully power them up.
Yeah, it's a game that'll eat your wallet.
Huh.
Yeah,
I downloaded it and then I never played it. I have it on PS4,
it's
but I
fun.
never even booted it up once.
It's fun, but it's really grindy. And the way you can avoid this grind is by spending money.
Of course.
Yep.
That is
Well,
the way of
If
games
Genshin
now.
Impact came out as a $60 game, but with the characters paid for, I would actually have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
yeah, I can see
Like,
that.
give me a template of characters that are free, and then you could buy the rest as DLC individually or in big bundles. I don't care. They would have made probably not as much money, decent money. But
So once again,
other
you're
than that,
going for Minecraft. You want some skin packs. Like give me 10 give me some skin packs. Give maybe some clothes.
but
Well,
like,
there we
admittedly,
go.
uh fucking League of Legends hit the gold mine where it's not a gotcha and they make a ton of money off of skins
Yeah.
and characters. And they're free and they could do that and they survive just fine. So I don't ever understand the need to make a gotcha. So
Yeah.
I can kind of understand why games like Raid Shadow Legends and AFK Arena do it, because it costs basically nothing to make these games because there's not an actual game in there. All it is some side-scrolling fucking movie that you press buttons on. Uh,
Yep.
so like, for those, I get why they have to be a gotcha, is because nobody would play the fucking game otherwise.
Yeah.
Diablo Immortal will not be good. Any other news?
I
Do any of you have
Um,
something news related?
are we gonna get to the games that I've been playing?
I thought you
Or we?
said
Yeah,
some.
Well, I said Lego Star Wars. That
Okay,
was it.
what else
I
have you
thought that
been
was it.
playing, my man? Yeah, I just
No,
assumed
I
you've been just sinking all your time into
well,
that.
most of it, yeah, but
That's pretty much me with Elden Ring.
yeah, I've been playing Elden Ring 2.
Just a second
I
one.
didn't know they made a second
No,
one.
as Elden Ring as well. How about that?
That's a really weird spin-off name as well. Is there a
Oh,
big
so
well in it?
they rushed Elden Ring 2, but we still don't have Bloodborne 2. The fucks.
Oh.
Dude, I would kill for a Bloodborne 2. I want
Everyone would.
Bluepoint to remake Bloodborne. I want it. I I would suckle Bluepoint's teats for this.
They wouldn't even have to make the graphics better. They would just have to make it run 60 FPS smoothly, and people would fucking eat that
Oh,
shit up.
100%. I
Yeah.
would platinum it all over again.
Anyway,
So
what
I'm
have you
trying
been playing?
Sorry. I'm sorry, lad.
Rainbow Six, Overwatch. What was? Oh, Undertale.
Getting
Some.
back into those team shooters.
Yeah,
Team shooters are good. It's just their dev teams always suck.
yeah.
Paladin.
I should try Paladins. I haven't played that forever.
Paladins is pretty
The
good.
Paladin's dev team, actually. All the loot boxes are the only thing weighing that game down, but the game is fun
That's
otherwise.
true. Yeah, that's true. I have skin fever, and the skins I want, I have to gamble for, and it pisses me off.
Only skins can fill the void.
Only skins can fill the void. And the only way I'm playing Pip is if I can make him a big titty goth GF.
I'm so glad I'm not that way. I'll look through, see, I'll watch skins and I'll pick one that I really like. And then until there's one that I like better, I won't need one for that character again.
Anyway,
I am 100% fashion over function.
I apologize for interrupting you again, lad. Continue.
The last thing I was gonna add was that as of today, I was thinking about playing the Final Fantasy MMO.
Oh, you really should.
You should. We
It
can all do it
scares me.
together if we do it later
It
tonight.
kind of scares me too.
It's
Just
not
the
that
UI
bad.
scares me.
You
Yes,
can
the
rearrange the
UI.
UI,
No,
and if you play,
the fact you can do that is scary. There's
Why?
so
No,
much
I
UI
will
that you can
admit,
change it.
Well, you can
the
put it wherever you
UI
want.
Just give me
looks
a little box in
intimidating,
the corner.
but it is very simple.
And if you
No.
play a martial class, you won't have to worry about a whole lot of UI for a long.
You see, there's this thing in the UI thing that's what the wide UI versus deep UI. And if it's simple, that means it's wide, and that's terrible.
No,
The-
you don't want this to be deep. So the reason it's all
No.
kind of on the screen is because they had to make all the computer accessibility through shortcuts and all that work with a controller. And you would not be able to access all the submenus on the fly like you have to.
I should resend what I said. Simple is not the right word. It's what's it is intuitive. It's
I
not hard to pick up. And once you've picked it up and gotten a hang of it, it feels normal.
Yeah.
I feel like there is many ways you could tie that to a mouse better than just have every option on the screen.
Oh no, it works. It runs so much smoother on PC with the controls.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying I can think of ways to make that run on a controller and I not need everything on the screen.
Well, I
Looking
mean,
terrible.
most MMOs kind of do that, and like
Well,
I think the one that did it the worst was Terra, where it's all on this big bar at the bottom that's completely filled with everything that your character can possibly do, and it's just jumbled and fucking messy.
Yeah, the skills themselves being visible is
Not to say Terra's bad, by the way. It's a pretty good MMO. It's just their console configuration's weird.
that
Sorry.
helps you identify what skills you have,
Yeah.
ready and what the cooldowns and all that are.
I already know what I chose. I chose it.
No, you don't know.
I am what I
I
am.
promise. As someone who's played so much white mage and black mage,
Whoop.
you forget.
Kitty.
You forget so easily. You're like, huh, what's this skill with a dude A posing in that like meme format with the big brain galaxy body meme format? What is that?
What's the
Oh,
symbol with a dude eating a hot dog on it, me do?
it's
Okay.
translation. It converts all of this into magic points.
That you're not. You're just making
Play
it
a
more
melee
scary.
class. Play a melee character. You'll be
I'm
fine.
also like I'm the FPS man. Hand me a gun.
You said
There
was
are
gun.
2 gun classes.
There are gun classes, yeah.
Mechanist
You know what?
and gun
We
breakers.
should have you
just gotta
play.
get to
We
level 30 to get.
should have
Mechanist.
Dusty play Monster Hunter.
Oh God, which one?
Scares me.
World, obviously. World is the easiest one to pick up.
I ain't
Rise
no
might be a little
baby.
easier.
Give me that one on PSP.
Yeah,
I
but
watched
Rise
you play
isn't
in
out
high
on the
school.
PlayStation, and PC Monster Hunter is not that great. And it is on the Switch, but Switch Monster Hunter is not that great.
I think it's over.
I don't actually like playing Monster Hunter on anything other than a controller.
You know what I don't like?
Cell phone companies that charge hidden fees. Love, we share a brain cell.
Look, I have 2 of them. You're borrowing 1.
I don't have one of my own.
God damn it! I was gonna say NFTs.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forget those exist because they're pointless.
Yes, I don't really,
Yeah,
I don't
well, like I
usually
wish
like
the
talking about
Amazon
NFTs too
rainforests
much,
could
but I have to
forget
bring
about
this up
them.
because it's hilarious.
Okay.
So in the last day or two, the Board Ape Club was hacked.
Good.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
Oh
and
no, tell me more.
so yeah, the Board Ape Club Instagram was hacked and tweeted out an extension that let people steal apes out of people's wallets. And of course,
Oh,
Yeah.
everyone fell for it because it came from the official Instagram. They're like, yeah, just sync this up. It'll do all these cool things. It's an airdrop, which means, certain people will randomly get a new free NFT. They're all super rare. Isn't that cool? And secretly, everyone just got all of their apes stolen. All the apes are gone. They're all gone now.
they're
I'm
Oh
gone.
no.
that's
Because the
amazing.
meteor, the meteor hit the earth. They're fucking extinct.
I knew
Can
this
somebody
day
please
would
do the
that
same
come.
thing with
whatsoever.
Etika coin? Just to like completely remove the fact that somebody made that.
What coin?
Etika coin.
Etika.
Well, they weren't
Yeah.
coins, were they? I thought they were NFTs.
I think
They are NFTs. They were like called like Etika coin or something like that.
Oh, that's not good.
I know there was Etika
Yeah.
punks. The
Yeah, Etika
Yeah.
Punk. Sorry, not coin. I was thinking two within the realm of reality.
Well, that's my news I have. Anyone else have some news?
Uh, Amber
Amber
Heard,
Heard
Johnny
shit in
Depp.
Johnny Depp's bed. That's the
we
best part of that
There's the
news.
brain cell again.
we already knew that. We're Chads, and we already
We
knew
already
that
knew
like
that
4 years
she
ago.
shit in his
That
bed.
that
That's
phone
that's
really
the surprising one.
that phone recording was released 4 years ago, and no one believed it. Now it's like, oh no, that was true. And people who
Yeah,
believed it right away are now the Chads, and I am a Chad. Real recognizes
I
Yeah.
was in
real.
that boat too. I was a redditor, so I was in that boat. I
Yeah,
just like, I like I've wondered because like everybody's talking about it now. I'm like, did you guys not know this?
yeah. Like
Like,
this is
this
not
has been
news.
common knowledge for like 3 years. They're just having a court case about it, where Amber Heard is fucking embarrassing herself in front of millions of people.
Yes, it's very
It
The
also
worst part about this though is that neither of them are gonna have acting careers after this. Like neither of them at all, because of this whole big thing. Neither of them come out looking advertiser friendly and great.
yes,
Like
but I
Johnny
would
Depp
argue
was an
that
abuse
she
victim.
deserves it.
She
She
absolutely
does deserve
deserves
it.
it.
You know
Yes.
what? Johnny Depp probably knows this and is like, well, if I'm not gonna have a career in this, neither is fucking she.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you've seen the way he's behaved through the court case, he's been very compliant,
Yes.
um, and calm. He's
I
very
Yeah,
funny.
I love the photo. Just
you continue
everyone
to
has
read
a different
things
photo
correctly.
of both of the stands. Johnny Depp's team, super relaxed, just listening, and you see Amber Heard's team freaking out, trying to. Did you know they got in trouble for bringing up new evidence on the spot?
Oh, they tried to Phoenix Wright.
I did hear about that. Yeah,
Tell me
Yeah,
more.
yeah. So Amber Heard has a girlfriend now, and her girlfriend
I
was
heard about that.
in there, and
Oh,
she was pulling up Instagram photos and cropping them out so the date was gone and handing them in as if they came from the time period they're talking about.
oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, so
yeah, she got kicked out. I remember
yeah,
this.
she got
She got
kicked
kicked
out
out of
for
the court,
doing it.
and her defense was like, "Oh, can she just like say she's sorry and then come back in?" And they're like,
No,
"What? What? What the fuck?"
this is the court of law. What do you?
yeah,
The
yeah,
judge
she
is like,
was.
"We kicked everybody out who is caught texting in this courthouse. We're not giving her a pass because what? Because you like her."
Yeah, she was literally getting on Instagram, live tweeting, live posting, but also going to like Johnny's page, screenshotting things, but purposely cropping out the date and then presenting it as if like this is something we had all along this whole time. And it's definitely from the time period we're talking about right now. Look at this. Look at this. And finally, Johnny Depp's team realized, look, and was able to bring up the actual post. Like, look at the date. This is recent. This isn't from the time period we're talking about. This is bullshit. What the fuck?
It is very funny uh looking at this stuff, but you also have to think how many things now are just like they have to get like completely removed from the case.
Yeah.
Like, because they can't use that. Anything that was provided because of that just now cannot be used.
Yeah.
It makes her look like a fucking dumbass.
Probably because she is one.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like meets like, I guess.
They even
Because
brought her
clearly
doctor
both
on.
her and her.
It was funny.
Did you hear the testimony from her? Like, what was it? It was like an employee of Amber Heard's, her personal assistant.
Oh, I saw
haven't.
that one.
I didn't see that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
She
tell me
fucking
more.
hates her.
Of
She hates Amber Heard so much. She had really shit pay, no overtime, and did basically everything short of wiping Amber Heard's ass.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
was really rude to her too.
Yeah. She only kept the job because of her kid.
imagine being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, now you
Imagine.
know what
Dude.
it's like to be Amber Heard.
Damn.
Best part about this, because all of this was said under oath, legally it is fact.
I really like picturing Amber Heard playing Call of Duty, just saying the N word over and over again. That's a funny thought to me.
I still love that picture. Somebody took the picture of the way her face looked as soon as they brought up that she pooped in the bed. And it's just, this is the face. This is the face of a woman who shat in Johnny Depp's bed.
Yeah. It was the dog. Don't worry.
I know what you would
Dog
say.
is smaller than a human head. Yeah, that came out of this dog. Don't worry about
Dude, what was that joke where the guy's like, I'm gonna break into somebody's house and poop in their cat's litter box so, so they think there's
Oh,
something
that was
really
a
wrong with it.
Deadpool joke.
Was that a Deadpool joke?
I think he did a thing talking about
I will
he
shit in your litter box.
I think he did just straight up shit in someone's litter box.
Oh
And the
yeah,
guy
I think
goes, "I don't have a cat." And he goes, "Then whose litter box did I shit in?"
That sounds like something he would do.
Anyway.
Yeah. Unless if you have anything else news wise, there hasn't been a lot. I mean, it's old
Besides the
news.
apocalypse.
Not that I
Yeah.
can think of.
We missed
You know how much helium we have left?
talking about the slap. That's not current. That's old
Yeah, that's not
news.
No,
relevant
That's
the slap
old.
is boring. It was boring when it happened.
It was boring 5 minutes
funny stuff
after.
the only funny stuff that came out was people talking shit about Jada or Yada, how is it pronounced?
Jada.
Jada?
Jada? Jada. I don't know. I don't know how it's spelled. I don't
What did you say,
fucking
Jada
know.
or Yada?
Yada.
I said
She's
Jada,
a
yeah.
Star Wars character. You remember Yada? Yoda's cousin.
Bro, Yada is a word. That's the
Oh,
that's
well,
the reason I thought.
I'm gonna get slapped now.
Dude,
You gotta keep
it
keep
was
the
Oh
wife's
no.
name out your mouth.
You're,
the only
don't
the
don't
only
look out your
kind of
window. You're gonna
interesting
see
stuff.
Will Smith coming up your
Is
driveway.
he the new Shia LaBeouf song?
The
He
only
is.
kind of interesting stuff to come out of this was like the really sad shit that came out about Will Smith. It just made me
Yeah.
feel bad for the guy.
Um. Oh, actually, you know what? This is kind of current news. It's kind of slap related. Apparently, there's rumors that they might be getting divorced because of
Over a
this.
slap.
Oh, really?
That's
Yes. It
it
sounds like
doesn't surprise me.
afterwards, Will Smith had an awakening, kind of thinking like, "Damn, my wife is kind of a bitch and made me do that shit. Holy fuck."
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, there's there. I only know this because there was a joke going around about it because uh, it was this is gonna be Hollywood's messiest divorce in a while, right? It's gonna be one of Hollywood's worst, and then
Well, besides O.J. Simpson's.
yeah, that was the joke. It's like I don't think it's gonna be as bad as this, but holy shit.
Well, O.J. Simpson's divorce was he fucking allegedly stabbed his wife to death.
He allegedly stabbed her a shit ton of times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then wrote a book called If
allegedly.
I Did It. But the best part
Prison
is
now.
before
I still love that Twitter thing where he is like, "Please stop calling me O Gay Simpson," and somebody just responds with, "What are you gonna do? Kill my wife?"
one of my two favorite facts about the O.J. Simpson trial is this: when he went to prison, he had recently just made an exercise tape.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, and
so
it got
that
subpoenaed as evidence.
yeah, because everyone was like, "Look, he's old. He couldn't do that." They're like, "Actually, here's him exercising. He could absolutely do that shit." And then the other one is he went to prison before that book he wrote, "If I Did It," was released. Uh, so they changed it. You cannot find a copy of that book that doesn't say "If I Did It," where "If I" is in tiny letters and "Did It" is in giant letters. So
Oh,
from far
no.
away, it's just O.J. Simpson's "I Did It." Every version you see of it, just O.J. Simpson's "I did it." Then you walk closer, there's an "if I." It on the, that's the dot of the I. It's like "I did it."
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
just "if" is tiny.
That's a big oof right
Yeah,
there.
I've seen that book in Barnes Noble. It is true. They put "if" tiny and just "I did it" in giant red letters on the
I
cover.
don't know why his first instinct after coming back out of prison was to
Get on Twitter.
go straight to Twitter. Yeah,
Yeah,
like why Twitter of all things?
because that's the that's the town square of the internet.
I disagree.
And
Yeah.
I would
and
say
apparently
Facebook
that can
is
just be bought
closer.
for $44 million.
Billion.
I would say Facebook is
Billion.
closer, but
Sorry.
like Facebook is like the town square of fucking
Detroit.
Riften.
No, no, no. See,
Detroit, yeah.
Twitter is the town square. Facebook is the
Gutter.
fucking tiny cafe that all the old people go to within that
Blight
town square.
Town.
Real,
It's
Yeah,
Blight Town.
Facebook is Light Town. I'm down with this.
real quick. I googled that O.G. Simpson book,
Yes.
and there's an original copy that you were talking about. Guess how much they're going for on eBay? The original copies?
Oh, that's going to be a
Oh,
couple
boy.
$100.
No,
Million.
no. Well,
1,000.
the first three that come up, the lowest is almost $4,000,
Oh, damn.
and the highest is
I was right.
$25,000.
Fucking hell.
Dude, I want the book about OJ murdering his wife. I want
But
this book.
the new cover you're talking about that clearly says "I did it" on the
Yeah.
front
I love
is
seeing
only
that quote.
$12.50 on Amazon.
I did it.
Bruh. Oh, you know what book I really want a copy of? A Pickle for the Knowing Ones. It was
Never
written
heard
by
of
a
it.
man known as Timothy Dexter, who
Oh God.
is well known as the luckiest man in US history. He did so one of his
He was
most
an
famous
absolute
things.
idiot.
Yeah, he was an absolute retard. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
He was an
The
absolute
internet
idiot.
Fuck 'em.
And one of the major things I can think of that he's famous for is at some point, the US came out with the constitutional dollar, and it was like worthless. It was worth less than dog shit. In the words of Salmonella, it was essentially the 1700s equivalent of Blockbuster gift cards. Um, and essentially, he they had these bonds that they gave to veterans that were worth like you trade in your constitutional dollars and you get like a penny.
Okay.
So Timothy Dexter bought like boatloads of these constitutional dollars for like nothing, and then and then traded them for these bonds of a penny, and immediately like quadrupled his wealth.
Huh.
He spent like all of his money on getting constitutional dollars, and then fucking immediately was the wealthiest man in that area.
Don't forget that people that knew that he was an idiot constantly tried to feed him bad ideas, but it
Like
always
Carry
backfired
coal to
because it.
Newport.
Yeah, Newcastle. They basically said,
Newcastle.
"Hey,
Sorry.
buy coal and ship it to a coal factory."
Pretty much. Yeah.
But the thing
And
was
yeah,
the
it
moment
turned out
coal arrived there had been a worker strike, and so they needed it.
so he made a fuck ton of money shipping coal to a coal factory for like no
Funny.
reason. he started selling like warming pans to the Caribbean,
They didn't know
which
what they were.
are
They
these
used
like
them for molasses.
ladles. Yeah, they're these ladles that you put coals in to warm your bed up, which, as you can imagine, have like no fucking use in the Caribbean whatsoever. Like, it's warm enough there that they used it as ladles,
For molasses.
and they sold them.
Anywho, back to gaming news.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes,
Mhm.
I did it.
We finally on topic
not
now.
really.
You didn't even kill Undyne.
You know what
Or not
else I
kill her.
did?
Huh.
I failed at playing a boss for 3 hours straight. Let's talk about Undertale now.
Yeah.
Now I'll save the story on how I just I will continue playing this game. I like this. I will say this. I like this game. I like it.
Well, at least
I
you
suck
hear
at
that. That's better than your thoughts on Final Fantasy Tech.
it. Yeah, exactly. I like this game. I will continue playing it. Unfortunately, I had problems running the game on PC because turns out Windows 8, my driver for
Oh,
my
I played it on
graphics
Windows
card.
8.
What?
I played it on Windows 8 my first time.
I have Windows 10.
Oh.
The
No, I'm
graphics
saying
driver
I'm
was
saying
stupid out
I'm
the gate.
saying Windows 8 as in it ate it.
Oh,
Windows
ATE.
8 my
Sorry.
driver for my graphics card.
I was about
Yeah,
to
I
say,
got an
what? I don't
update
know why
and
you would be using Windows 8. Then
yeah, I'm
again, I'm
still
using
using
Windows
Windows
11 on my
8.1.
PC.
Windows
I was
8.1.
upset about
Hell
that.
yeah.
You should be upset about it.
Hot take, Windows 8.1 is better than Windows 11.
No,
Anyway,
that's not a hot take.
Yeah, it
I
kind
know
of
it's
is.
not. A lot of
Windows
people like
8.1
it,
is
a lot of people don't.
Windows 8.1 is literally just Windows 10, but with like
Ex-
slightly more invasive
8.1 was
UI.
the springboard that Windows 10 would
Yeah.
take.
yeah.
I did not notice a big difference when I switched from 8.1 to 10.
Yeah, 10 just kind of went back to the look of 7, kind of.
Yeah.
8 was a lot
Honestly,
more tablet, especially the home screen. You clicked there, it was like, oh, all these colorful squares.
I hated
honestly,
it.
that's the thing. Windows 7 and Windows 10 are great and perfect. They don't need anything more than that.
Hey, guess
Anything more
what?
than that, and it starts to become invasive. And that's
I
not what you want in an operating system.
Did you know? Have you messed with Windows 11 yet?
I strictly have it on my PC now.
Okay. You know
It
what I
came
really
with it,
like?
so
It took me a minute how to relearn how to rename a file.
yeah, I
Oh,
did have to
God.
relearn how to do that too.
Yes.
How
So what
does
you're
it?
saying is I should never get this.
Yeah. If you don't know what
They
the
have old people
rename
safety
file
features.
logo looks like, then going to the
Logo.
old one, yes, because this is for touchscreens and stuff. So now there's a logo for it. So
I'll
it's a
be
bigger
honest,
button you can touch if you have a touchscreen. But if you don't, you have a mouse, you left click and a little menu comes up and you realize rename's not there. Well, it's actually at the top and there's a new logo for it. But you can click more
Oh.
options, and more options is just the old Windows 10 one you used to get right away when you left
Oh
click.
no.
So now it's like,
I'll
okay,
be
so the old
honest.
fashioned way is an extra click now.
I'll be honest with you. Windows 11 is like is trying to be old people friendly because you have so
Fuck
many
old
checks and
people.
balances before you could actually get into shit where you can like actually just fuck your OS. But I want to fuck my OS.
That's
I
odd.
genuinely
Okay.
I actually would love to buy cheap computers and then just see how far I could just fuck them up. Like see how far I could go. Like putting Bonzi Buddy on that shit,
Hell
changing the
yeah.
cursor to a random image of Sans's face or something. Like
I don't know
putting
why
the
I gotta
goose
cut this.
virus on it.
I've got Spamton on my computer.
I forgot you had you I remember that.
He's my best bud, and he fucks everything up.
Speaking of Sans face,
Sans
Undertale.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Oh God.
Have you
Megalovania,
fought
am I right,
You've
kids?
never fought Sans though. I have.
Um,
I never. A little known fact: I have beaten Undertale on all 3 endings.
okay. I did not know there were 3 endings. I knew very little. So I'll start with like this. I'm the one that recommended this game. So I will try my best to explain the plot. You, a human child, fall down a hole into a mountain, a deep place in the underground, which is underground. Monsters are there. And it turns out a long time ago there was a war between monsters and humans, and the humans won and locked the monsters down in the underground. And you, as a child, will somehow bring peace, I guess. Did I get that right? Is that the story basically?
You, as a lake, can provide energy. Sorry.
I am an
Is
energy
that
man.
like I realize that's super basic, but that's basically what the opening cutscene tells
You
you.
do pretty much have it. I
Hell
will
yeah.
also point out, Underground being named the Underground, it is brought up that Asgore is terrible at naming shit.
Yeah, there's
Because
actually a book on a bookshelf in the first house that mentions that.
Okay.
yeah, they mention that like he's very unimaginative because like their home when they with the first place they settled when they got there, Asgore named it home, and then they
Oh.
had to move it deeper into the underground, and he called that place New Home.
That's funny. Yeah, so uh the game opens up, you've fallen. You meet a flower, he's a bitch.
And I can't get up.
That came into my head too.
You can be mean to him, or you can follow what he says. Love pellets.
Being mean to him
You
is
didn't
very funny
listen
and
to
has
him,
Yes,
did you?
I was mean to him. I immediately knew, like, no, I'm not fucking listening to a talking
yeah,
flower. Fuck you.
being mean but not outright killing people is some of the most fun you can have in
Yes.
Undertale, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just being a dick for no
There's
reason.
very few things I knew about this game. One of them is I knew you can play the game without killing anything. So that's what I tried to do, which I'm very glad I did, because I have a feeling that if you try to just kill everyone, it becomes a more basic RPG.
Yes.
It becomes more
Um,
difficult as well if you
Kind
try
of.
to kill
At the
everybody.
end, at least.
I really like the
So
idea of you have to mess around with the enemy for a little while to figure out what it wants from you, so you can then give that to them, and then they'll leave you alone.
I
I
will
like
also
I like
point out,
having that puzzle.
so like genocide route becomes more difficult because there are certain enemies that are just like the hardest enemies in the game, and they're like such a huge difficulty spike from everything else. Uh, but I actually like the difficulty of like the pacifist route isn't difficult really, uh, admittedly, or to me, uh, not to everybody's experience. The thing is they do still make you work for it. Like there are certain characters that in order to pacify them, you have to like you can't just hit spare like you can on like the one little fairy dude in the beginning area where you literally uh just spare him and he's
Yeah,
gone.
the
And the
the
Froggets, you just say a thing and they're gone. But then there's like certain ones where you have to like actually like find out what they want. And then there's even further some where after finding out what they want, you still have to do something like the veggie guy where you have to eat your vegetables in order to
I
yeah,
love
pacify him.
him, or
Vegetoid is my favorite.
there's the similar one that you have to clean him. Like, can I clean you? He's like,
Yes.
yes, yes, please.
Yeah, the two knights that you have to clean their armor, and
Yeah,
then one of them takes his shirt off, and the other has a huge gay like love for him.
yeah. Some
That's
of
two
them
entirely
are
different characters, but
some of them are more obvious than others, but some of them are simpler for a joke. Like the husband and wife
Pet the
dog.
dog.
You
I
have
love
to
Pet
figure
the
out
Dog.
which one kind of leads that with the nose, and then trick that one. I would be very sad to know what happens if you killed one of them or both of them. I did not
A
do that.
It's
question.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, if you kill the man first, the woman goes like buck wild and starts getting really aggressive. If you kill the woman first, the man gives up entirely.
Aw, that's sad.
Like the next hit you land on him will kill him immediately, kind of giving up.
Damn.
I tried not to kill anyone.
Yeah,
I
you tried or did you succeed?
I tried.
What'd you kill?
Wow.
Well,
Who'd you
I
kill?
think in I forget which one because I played it on PlayStation first a while back, and then I picked it up on Switch again. I think I may have accidentally killed the mother lady. I don't remember.
No.
You killed Toriel.
I think
No,
maybe I did. I don't remember.
So
you
I have a
bastard.
confession as well. I played on Switch. I started on PS4 after I found out PC didn't work. I accidentally killed her because I was an idiot.
Have you seen the little brief animation that plays when she kills you?
No.
She gets really upset. She never intended to kill you.
Yeah. If you get weak enough, she actually starts making her hits avoid you.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, I accidentally killed her. So then I was like, oh, I'll just restart. And that's when I found out that this is the kind of game that remembers your restarts. I was like, okay, well, I've ruined this playthrough. I'm going to go play on Switch instead. Because now I've
Yeah,
ruined
this
it.
is there are always consequences. That is actually something I loved is like one thing you could do is make it all the way to the Sans fight and reset, and then Flowey gets really upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you
actually.
were this close.
So, speaking of different routes, because you mentioned you didn't know there were 3. There
Yes.
is pacifist, neutral, and
Genocide.
genocide. So neutral is you kill a little here and there, things you can't.
Maybe as an
Kill a handful
accident,
of
because
regular
like the
enemies
first
or from
enemy that you,
accidents.
That's
the
probably what
first,
I'm gonna get.
yeah, the first enemy that you can interact with at all, the first frogget, if you hit him, he does just instantly die,
Oh,
and you gain like 3 levels.
Um,
yeah.
I'm a little
What
concerned
level are
by
you?
the
What
confirmation.
level are you, lad?
I think 6.
Oh
Oh
no!
my goodness!
How many? That's not accidental. How many people have you
I don't know
killed?
some of the monsters I couldn't figure out how to talk to, so I just had to kill them.
I
that's
And I
that's
may
how
or
I
may not
interact
have
with
killed
people.
Toriel at the beginning. I don't remember.
That's
Well,
how I
that is.
interact with people. If I don't know what you want, I just kill you, so I can. I
well,
don't have to
be-
do it.
I
When I
can
started playing it
confirm.
again, I was figuring out how to talk to people again, and then I stopped killing.
I
To be
love
I'll
entirely
tell
real.
Dusty.
even
What's
I figured out right away. You look at you can look at their thoughts and the game will tell you like this person's thinking this or this person really likes saying
Yeah, I
this.
didn't know that at
And
first.
oh,
You can
I found
give.
that immediately.
Oh hey, you can offer to give Timmy flakes,
Who's Timmy?
and Timmy
Temmie?
is like the little dog in a shirt character.
They have not made it that far.
No, they have. They've made it to Waterfall. At least Dusty has.
I
I
haven't.
I
Dusty's made
have.
it to Tammy.
I found their town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did
Bump
you do the
doo,
mushroom
bump doo,
dance?
bump doo, bump
I
doo doo, bump
did.
doo, bump doo.
Yeah.
Yes, the
So you
mushroom
can offer to
dance.
feed Timmy flakes whenever you're in a combat encounter with her,
Yeah.
and if you offer it and then retract, she gets this really funny face and says, "Can't blame a bark for trying."
Yes, I fought one, then found the entire town, found the store, did the mushroom dance,
Timmy
uh
is
looked at the
probably
one
the
that's
best
watching
character
you
in the
through the
game.
wall. I looked at all that shit.
One that's just stuck in the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's stuck there too. That's the best part. Like she's never getting out of there. Did you have you broken the economy yet?
I don't think so.
Have you found an item called dog residue?
No.
If you find an item called dog residue or dog salad, do not get rid of it.
Okay.
Keep it in your inventory. If you take it to Temmie pays primo top dollar for it. But the thing is, before you ever sell it to Temmie, use it. It duplicates itself in your inventory every
Oh.
time you use it.
Yeah, I can see why that would be a good way to make money. Just sell
Yeah.
all but one, use it a couple times, sell all but one, use it a couple times.
And this
Uh,
isn't like a cheat or anything. This is not.
this is built into the game. This is just an exploit.
This is an
This-
intended feature.
Okay.
I don't know if it's intended to be used in this way. It's just an exploit.
No, it absolutely is, because he's the annoying dog.
That's true. If you use the annoying dog that's in your inventory, uh oh, by the way, something funny. You have to use the annoying dog in your inventory in order for it to turn into dog residue, and it turns everything in your inventory into dog residue.
So
Okay.
be wary of that.
Yeah, be wary of that. Don't keep anything important in your inventory. Put it in the box until you need it. But either way, you could put the annoying dog in your box, and if you try to interact with the artifact he prevents you from getting, you get a text box that just says, "This will never happen."
Okay, I've pulled up my notes. Not a lot because I didn't make it far in the game. I think if you, I'm pretty sure that if you look at like, professional, I've played this game before, so how fast can I do it? It's like 5, 6 hours. I'm pretty sure I'm only like an hour or two into that playthrough, and I've spent many
Yeah,
hours
probably.
playing this game failing. Um, I my first note here is opening is boring. Now let me explain.
A little bit, I get that. The music
Yes,
makes it better, but
um,
I
I
do get
find
that.
specifically the art style of the ruins. I don't like the purple. I find it obnoxious. I don't like it. I very much don't like it.
That's fair.
I think the game starts looking better, and I this is just a straight up note. I started liking the game a lot better around the Snow Village.
I like the Snow Village.
Really?
When you're talking to Sans and Papyrus, you've got the Snow Village. The graphics are a lot prettier. You're outside, the snow. When you're in the purple ruins, it's like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, I
Honestly, it
agree.
looks like just a cheap ass free game off Newgrounds.
Kinda.
You
But
know, I will admit something. Uh, as much as I love Snowden, I like the character design of Snowden more than I like the design of the actual area.
I I really like the snow, so anything snowy speaks to me. And I acknowledge that's just a thing I have, but I like the snow a lot.
I liked the character design a lot because I like bunny people, and that is like 90% of the inhabitants of Snowden. I always love anthro rodents of any kind, and bunnies are like some of the best of those. Uh, Rodents or marsupials
Yeah.
are good for anthro. But the problem I have is as much as I love the snow and all the pines, it ends up kind of looking a little samey, as any background that is always white kind of does.
Yeah.
It's not that it's bad. It's just that there's not as much you can do with snow outside of making ice the bigger thing, which would make more ice ground, which is never fun.
Yeah. I get that. Um,
It is.
Yeah.
an,
Snowden.
another note I have, and comes into about the same thing. I start liking the game because I like the comedy of the game, which doesn't really start the way that's through the most of the game until around that time. That especially Papyrus
Yeah.
comes in. Because I've known that this game is funny. If I wasn't like I know a lot of people quit before they got to Papyrus, and they probably thought this game was boring and unfunny. It was just kind of before that, it was mostly just like you click a sign and it's super meta, but it's not funny.
What
I
It's
agree.
about
not.
there was a funny part like the Frogget that tells you can press C to skip his dialogue, gets mad at you for skipping his dialogue.
See,
Well,
I
he
didn't skip his
mentions
dialogue, so
he mentions that he's got. So if you don't skip his dialogue, he's like, yeah, I've got this friend, but they always skip through my dialogue by pressing C. It's like, oh, buddy.
yeah. And then as you continue listening to him, he's like, "Are you sure you're not gonna skip me? Oh well, this is nice. Okay."
Thank you.
Um,
He's just a bro. I love him.
yeah. but a lot of it is mostly just on signs. Like you walk up to a sign on a wall, it's like it might say
I'm a
something
sign.
meta. What?
It would say I'm a sign.
Yeah, something like that.
That is one of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is actually one of them.
I'm a sign. You get later on. There's a sign that you get to, and it's like, "Congratulations, you failed this puzzle." It's like, oh, I didn't even
Oh
mean to.
yeah, you can only get to it by failing a puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that wasn't the way, but I could clearly go over there. So I was like, maybe there's some lore on this sign, and in return, I got, "You failed the puzzle. Congratulations."
Yeah,
Like,
I
oh,
remember
fuck.
that one. God damn.
They got me.
Get,
They got me.
yeah,
Uh,
that uh, Toby Fox trolling the audience is definitely one of the better forms of humor in this game.
yeah. Um, I I didn't really get super far into this game. After the snow, you get into the waterfalls, and after that, you get into like the super dark caves with the lanterns, and that's where I failed, and I'm stuck.
I
Uh,
will admit, you're stuck in like literally my favorite part of the game.
I
Waterfall is, in my opinion, the best area.
I like the music, which I'm pretty
It
sure is
has
the only
very good
reason why I was able
music.
to sit through it for 3 hours, attempting over and over again. If the music was shit, oh my god, I would have left. That's
I
probably
always
why.
love like star aesthetics, and
Yeah,
Waterfall has that in droves.
it
I
does.
always love it. It's part of the reason I like Elden Ring so much.
I
It's
really
because of
like
all the
that.
star aesthetics.
I really like that hallway where it changes the view and you see the castle behind you as you walk back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Really like that little hallway.
I like the
Um,
rain room with the monster kid. That was
yeah,
cute.
yeah, raid room.
Monster Kid is just great.
I,
I liked the constellation room too.
I like the giant octopus that's just in there.
Oh yeah,
Onion Song.
Onion.
Yeah,
You should play Deltarune after you beat Undertale.
maybe that'll just be another episode of this. Maybe I'll just force myself to play that. I might honestly just wait until all the episodes are out though. I real
That'll be in a few years,
That's
probably. Quite a few of
fine.
them.
I waited this long to play Undertale. I don't think that'll hurt my feelings.
That's
Gives them enough
fair.
time to
I
actually pick
don't
up
have
the
the
tail.
patience.
I well
I in no way had the patience to wait for it. I'm
I
just going to
do.
take them as they come.
I have never really liked. I understand why, especially a indie dev doing games in parts. I understand that, but even like, I liked the first Walking Dead season of Telltale Games. I waited till it was all out. I'm just I can wait. I'll play it all. Give me. So I even if it's a couple years, I'll wait till then. Um,
Yeah.
uh, so what do you guys think of the art style? Because I'm curious.
I love pixel art.
So
I have nothing but good things to say about it.
I like it a lot, but I have to admit that coming back to it, um,
Oh, coming back to it from Deltarune,
yeah,
there's no comparison.
like it's good, but Deltarune took the idea and ran with it so well that it's really hard to necessarily appreciate this as much as I probably should. Um, it is very simple, but for what things were at the time, I no shame in
The
that.
yeah, the go on.
I was gonna say I did. Were you saying something similar with the music? That the music in Deltarune is just better?
Yeah,
Yes, but
I
it's better for the same reasons that Undertale's music was good.
like I love some of the Undertale tracks, and I would put them above certain Deltarune tracks, but just the overall quality of the Deltarune stuff is so above and beyond. Like you can tell that there has been a huge improvement.
Okay. Yeah. I really just I don't know how to feel about the bosses in this game. Um, it seems like there's multiple. Some of them seem like there's multiple ways to beat them. Like it se- it seems like talking to you guys. It seems like almost all of us defeated him a different way.
Hmm.
Um, I suck at fighting and talking, so I just kept getting captured until he gave up because he got tired of capturing me.
Wait, really?
Yes. He'll keep putting you in his shitty jail and you just walk back out into the ice and he eventually is like, "Really again? Fine. You just stay away."
Talking about Papyrus?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Papyrus.
Oh yeah, papyrus. I heard pirates. I was like, "Where the fuck
No.
do you find pirates?" Yeah, papyrus. Yeah,
Yeah, Papyrus.
he just gave up. Was like, "Fine. I'll 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 leave you alone because I can't capture. I've captured you so many times, but I can't keep you captured, and that's why I'm a failure." And then you you can either go on a date with him if you kept flirting with him, or you can be his friend, or you can do what I did, start flirting with him, and then course correct immediately. And that's how you get funny lines like, "Damn, we didn't even go on our first date, and I'm already in the friend zone." Like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, but that is still one of the funniest lines of dialogue you can get out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was very funny. I laughed when I read that. It was very funny. Um, but yeah, what are the other ways you can beat him? Because it sounds like there's another way or two.
So you could spare him. That's one thing.
Yeah, you can
You
actually make
basically
it through his fight.
Okay,
you can completely and utterly make it through his fight. And essentially he has like this special attack that he goes to use on you, but there's actually a dog just eating the bone that he was about to use. So he
Yeah, I did
uses
that
another
one.
special attack where he just does a bunch of bones and like
They spell out
like
cool
bones on
dude, and
yeah.
then it's a little bone guy riding a bone skateboard.
Yeah.
And then you have the one where you jump over a giant mound, but you have like infinite jump as you're jumping over it because there's
Yep.
just so many bones you would never be able to jump over it all.
And then you could like near genocide him, and then he offers you a chance of forgiveness, and you could take it there too.
okay,
That is technically one of the other ways of sparing him is just doing genocide all the way up to Papyrus, in which case he will immediately spare you.
okay.
In which case you can either spare him and go about your day as normal, knowing that you've spared only Papyrus, or you could fucking murder him. And it takes one hit, which is a little known thing here. That is a recurring thing about the genocide is that most bosses get reduced to like one hit.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're
Toriel
so much
and
stronger.
Papyrus are one of them. Metaton is another one, but I don't think you've met Metaton yet.
No.
Metaton, I barely know.
I still got stuck on the boss I was texting about.
Okay, so Undyne.
Yeah,
Undyne is a fun one. She has a really fun end game little quest thing
I
between
hate her.
her and a. Oh, I
She's
love
Oh,
her. I
No,
think
she's
she's adorable. You could go on a date with her. It's funny.
Undyne is definitely hateable right off, like when you first meet her. But when you start to
Yeah.
realize the kind of person she is under that armor, it's funny.
When you meet her, no matter which run you are going through, she assumes you are genocide.
Yeah, right now she assumes that like you are out to kill everyone,
um
but
she
you
has
have to make
arrows
pasta with
that
her later.
90-degree 180-degree changes position.
Yeah.
That's too much for my poor monkey brain. I every I have only made it far enough to get a call from Papyrus once.
yeah.
I'll admit something.
now
So you
let
know all of her attacks, right? Have like the same, like none of her attacks in a
are
sequence are
random.
different, right?
Yes, I'm aware. I
None
am
of her attacks are
fully
actually
aware.
random.
I am
So if
aware.
you just remember at what point they are going to turn around, then
You
you don't
see,
have to.
I
See,
can
here's the
make
thing.
it all the way up to when those yellow ones come up without taking any damage. I
You know,
remember the all the way up to that point perfectly. The
you
yellow
should fight.
arrows fuck me.
You should fight her genocide because in genocide, it's not just the orange ones that will go all the way around. She will just try and pull shit out of her ass to fuck you over.
Yeah.
Okay.
She does not fight fair in the genocide fight. Uh, she and Sans are the two strongest bosses in the game when it comes to like genocide. She you kill her the first time and she gets back up and then goes like everything that you have experienced in the pacifist run, triple it.
Okay.
And give her a mechanic, in which case, even when you have her health like at the point where it would be 0, I'm pretty sure you still have to hit her a few more times.
Yeah, she continues on because you know that whole determination thing, like use the little save points are like this fills you with determination.
Yes.
She also has that,
Okay.
just not save points or anything. She's
Yeah.
Yeah.
just determined.
Yeah,
Um,
there's this one spot in the boss fight where you face 4 yellow arrows at once, one on each side of you. That is where I die.
mm,
Right
I
there,
always just heal through that one.
every time. See, here's the thing. I suck with those so much that I can't heal through that one. Before I got to
Oh,
that,
just leave your cursor on one side.
I have already eaten my pie and I've already eaten the snowman.
No,
No.
a victory at that cost is no victory at all.
Well, don't
How'd you kill the
worry.
dummy? How long
Uh
did it take you to feel
You didn't kill
to
him.
notice that the dummy can hit himself with his own attacks?
oh, I noticed immediately. I kept getting
Oh,
hit by
good.
it too.
Oh, just go in circles, man.
Well, you see, that's the simple answer for a smart person. I am not. I do things hard way.
I'm gonna be honest. The dummy was the hardest fight in my first playthrough. Everything after the dummy was easier
Uh, the
because the
dummy
dummy was there.
the dummy was hard, and then I ate the snowman, and then Wulfryk made me do it again and not eat the snowman. And now I just now it's gotten to the point where it's like I'm eating the snowman.
I'm just picturing you going back to the snowman, be like, "I need another."
I need
Just like
more.
plunging your hand in the snowman,
Yeah, like
ripping out a chunk.
yeah,
I need this more than you.
Undyne. I suck at this boss fight so much that I've only seen Papyrus call me in the middle of that fight once, and
You know,
before that
pacifist or
I have
genocide.
pacifist.
No, like pacifist or genocide, you can kill the snowman. Doesn't matter which run you're going for. You can
I
just keep
know.
taking pieces out of him. You just
But you
keep doing
shouldn't.
it.
It's the
Um,
Every
saddest.
piece of you is going to see the surface.
but yeah, I understand that, but it's just this is how bad at this boss fight I am that I died to the yellow arrows, and before that I've already gotten my health back up to 20 twice by eating the snowman and eating pie, and I still die. That's how shit I
Oh,
am.
why she ate the fly? I guess she'll die.
Oh, badass.
I'm gonna eat that fucking snowman piece.
Don't do
Oh,
it.
So yeah,
picturing somebody like scarfing pieces
I
directly out of the snowman.
like I said, I
How
really
many
like this
pieces of
game. I
candy
will
did you take
continue
from the
playing
candy
it.
bowl?
Hopefully I'll be farther along next time, and I can
How
talk a
many
little
How
more
many
pieces
about
of
it.
pieces?
candy did you take from the candy bowl?
How many
There's
pieces of candy did you take?
what?
How many pieces
So,
of candy did you take from the
in the
candy bowl,
ruins,
Dusty?
in the very beginning, there's a candy bowl you can find with a message that says, "Please take," or Only take one or something like that.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
please take one.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh, I took three.
Oh,
I took
wow.
3 pieces. If you take one, it says nothing. If you take two, it's like you feel horrible. You take three, it's like you can't believe what you're doing. And if you take four, you topple over the bowl. It's like you took too many too quickly.
Yet I
I
didn't. I
always
didn't
take
see
as
that.
many as I can. Always just grab them. I like spam take them all.
Well, why are you a monster?
I didn't kill anybody, so I'm pacifist. I'm a good guy. I just take too many pieces of candy.
I'm a good guy. I'm just awful.
Did you
Fancy.
buy anything from the Spider Bake Sale?
Yeah.
You can
I
buy things
did.
from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could buy things from the
I
If you
Spider
just
Bake
saw
leave
this.
Sale.
gold on the web,
I
There's
just
a
saw the
boss fight.
sign, saw the webs, and went, and
oh no,
then
you're
walked
gonna have
away.
a hard time.
You're gonna have a hard time against Muffet then. Yeah, Muffet's gonna kick your ass.
I think
Because if
that's
you
why.
eat one of her products, like mid fight with her, she accuses you of stealing. One of her little spiders comes back with a receipt, like a straight up receipt. And is like, nope, you bought that now, fair and square. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're a paying customer. You could go through. You're fine, bro. You don't
I
even
did.
actually have to fight her. You could just drink your spider soda as soon as you fight her. As soon as you start the fight. And she's like, bro, what the fuck?
Huh. I like all these little things in this game. They're cool. I
Dude,
like
there's
this
so many
game.
little details I love.
I like this game a lot.
I love the attention to detail Toby Fox played.
Too bad I'm a
It,
idiot.
Scrub.
you wouldn't last a second in Tauhau.
I yeah. Fancy. What do you think of the game? Because I know you
Um,
too haven't played it.
what do
To
you mean?
completion.
Completion? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
How far
Uh,
are you?
let's see where.
Am I
I'm in
farther than you?
the waterfall thing. Wait,
Of
no. I'm
it,
doing the thing where you match 4 flowers and bridge.
oh, that's where the sign was that I was talking about. Okay, so I'm farther than
Yeah.
you, and I'm
Congratulations,
stuck.
you failed the puzzle. You know,
I'm
there's actually a
congrat.
I didn't
quiche
see
you
that
can find there.
There's a what?
There's a quiche you can find there.
I did not know that.
Yeah. If you trail off to the edge of the screen, you'll find a quiche.
Oh, is that the abandoned quiche?
Yeah, the abandoned quiche.
Yeah.
Abandoned quiche.
There's a quiche that was abandoned by
It's
by
under
a
a bench,
Yeah.
and you can eat it.
Or you can just take it
Okay.
with you, you know?
I eat it. I eat it every time. I eat it right there. You could also throw it away, and you get a little flavor text of "You abandoned the abandoned quiche. How dare you?"
The re-abandoned quiche.
I wish you could pick it up later if you toss it. It's the abandoned quiche.
Every time you pick it up, there's a new the re-abandoned quiche. The
Dude, that'd be
re-abandoned
so
quiche.
good. Also, I would point out if you're a pacifist, when you throw things away, you like set them on the ground, give them a little pat, or you like just kind of you kind of gently set them on the ground. If you're on genocide, you fucking destroy anything that you put like you throw away.
Huh. I haven't dropped anything. I just use it.
That makes me think of West of Loathing, where anytime you use a spell book, you immediately fucking annihilate the book. It's like
Yeah.
you tried to pick the book up, but you trip over it 50 times in a row, completely destroying it. I actually love West of Loathing for shit like that.
Like this, you'd like West Clothing.
Huh?
Yeah.
I love West of Loathing. That's such a good game. I've been
Yeah.
spittoon diving in that.
You should.
Yeah, you never know what might be down there.
I also got the medic lady that hates necromancers as a part of my team, without really realizing that I was about to do a necromancer build. So a little awkward. She kind of hates my guts every time I open one of those books. And like every time I get the option to, I'm like, yo, well, you know what's gonna happen, right? Like you know it's going to happen. It's just like I'm just picturing her like angrily staring at me as I crank open my 50th Necromancer book. It's like, how do we get here?
Yeah.
It's like the girlfriends of people who like spend way too much money on Gundams. You just stand there staring at the person there, like, how do we get
Okay,
here?
well, I'm feeling a little called out.
I'm playing.
You better play.
Oh boy.
Love you, bitch.
I'm gonna get us back on track.
Do
Yes.
it.
Like, I agreed with you when you said the ruins kind of were boring. I
Yes.
almost lost interest
Same.
because it's just
Dude.
kind of a bland-looking area. There's not really any humor there, but it really picked up
What about
once
that
you beat.
rock that tells you not to push it?
No, I'm
Ask
familiar
you
with that
politely.
rock. I mean, in my opinion, it
I
really
like
picked.
Cowboy Rock.
Stop.
I
In my
really.
opinion. Oh my god.
Sorry. I was gonna say I as much as I like the rock, I prefer the snail that'll catch on fire if you yell at it too much.
No. Okay, but that is fucking hilarious.
It is. I I stopped it before it full on died. I saw it start to smoke. I was like, oh no.
It doesn't die. It just like it gets upset.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Napstablook is like one of the best
Is
characters in
there
the
a way
game,
to
though.
actually win that race?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was gonna say because as soon as
I
you
would.
yell, it stops. It's like you motherfucker.
Maybe you just don't yell at it.
But then it still loses.
Just a little bit.
It's my life story in a snail.
It's my life. It's no one.
Um,
Can I
but
finish
yeah,
my?
the
So,
the
lad,
runes are very
what were you
boring.
about to
Can
say?
I finish my thought now?
They're very
Yeah,
boring.
lad,
I
please finish
agree.
your thought.
I was gonna say it picks up once you meet the skeleton brothers,
Yes.
and when
That's
you
not a human. That's a rock.
go on a date with Papyrus.
I didn't go on the date. I just annoyed him until he let me through.
Did you like
Well,
his everyday clothes?
yeah, I did.
His basketball shoulders.
Yeah.
Now tell me
Nabstablook.
that he isn't the peak of masculinity, and weep for you are wrong.
I like.
There's no convincing me.
I thought it was funny that even if you do everything correctly on the date, he still just wants to be friends.
That's true. Yeah. You remember the dating stats?
Yeah, that was funny.
They had a dog tracker as well in the dating
That
stats.
I
It's
did see
great.
the dog track.
the dating part. Like I said, I flirted with him the first couple of rounds of his fight, so I triggered enough of that to get some funny lines out of him. For instance, I have very high standards. I'll make you spaghetti. Oh my god, you're meeting all of my standards.
Yeah.
It's like
Yep. He,
very high standards. I see. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, but games very funny. I very much appreciate this game. I like the art style. Once you leave the purple abyss,
I like the purple abyss.
I
I
I
like how you
mostly
meet the
like
gray abyss.
I mostly like the game as soon as you get to Toriel's house, because then you're in a nice little house. Then there's only the one little purple hallway, and then you're out in the wilderness.
Did you listen to her snail facts?
I did. I listened to all of the snail facts. I stayed with her as long as I could until she was saying literally nothing new.
did you
I'm
go in the skeleton house and have Papyrus show you around?
I did not, but I went to the
I guess that has
ghost's
to do with
house
the
and I
date.
laid on the floor.
Nabstablook is.
Yeah. Oh, how long did you lay on the floor?
Um,
What did the floor look like by the time you were done?
it was very starry. Like
Yes, you
Yes.
experience the
Yes,
cosmos.
I did. I did it, but
Experience.
that's in game universe. I did that in real life universe. I reached that point yesterday. I paused the game and went to bed. So I was there all fucking day. I unpaused the game when I got back from work at 5, and I was still laying there with the ghost on the floor. And then as soon as I started it, then the floor started morphing.
What town is his house in?
It's in Waterfall.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
farther up. You haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, he's kind of deep
Have,
in actually.
have you fought the dummy yet?
He's past Timmy.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, he
He's past the
comes to
dummy.
he comes to save you when you're fighting the dummy, and then a little past that, you see him again, and he invites you over.
He's a bro, man.
He
He's
is
such a bro.
When you
his mu-
first encounter him, he's just like, man, I didn't think anyone would be here.
yeah. It's like you just smile at him, and he's like, "Oh my god, a nice person."
I'm not. When he fills the box with tears that spell out the message, really not feeling it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, I love that part.
I really like how he makes music, but he's made the same song 3 times with different filters.
Yeah.
He makes some bangers. And I really like how if you don't
He's really
realize you can turn it off, you'll walk around for 30 minutes with this music playing. I totally didn't do that.
Mm.
I almost didn't blow my head off. Because to tell you, Gula Day is the one that I left playing, which is the worst one.
Oh, oh
So for
no.
30 minutes, I got lost, and Gula Day was playing, and I wanted to die.
You can exit the game and reload, and that would actually solve your problem.
I didn't know. I was lost, and I was trying to make it through.
I was lost and confused, and there was weird music playing in the background.
I left this ghost's house, and the music is following me. I'm so far
Oh,
away, and
wait.
it's still playing.
If that's where you are, did you meet the horseman with the muscles?
Yes, I have beaten him a couple times in a flex
Aaron
off.
Flex with
flexes
him.
him.
Yes, I've beaten him a couple flex battles
It
where
genuinely makes his fight harder.
Oh
yes,
yeah,
It literally makes his fight
absolutely.
harder
But
than if
it's
you
the best.
shoot him away.
I think
But
it's funny. I do it every
it is
time,
very
and
funny.
eventually he flexes himself out of the fight. It's funny.
Yep.
You do get way more EXP and money for flexing with him.
Did you meet
Yeah.
Jerry?
Which one's
Oh yeah,
Jerry?
have you met Jerry?
He would
Explain.
technically be around the Snowden area. He
Yeah,
kind of
he's
looks
in
like a UFO. He's annoying. He's just
all he
weird.
does. So Jerry's whole thing is he doesn't have any bullet patterns of himself. He just makes the bullet patterns of everybody else that he gets paired up with way longer. And if you kill his partner first,
Oh, I
he
know
just
Jerry.
stares at you as like, well, this is awkward. You
He's like
can kill him
he asks you
in
for a ride
pacifist.
home.
Yeah, you can kill him in pacifist. It doesn't count against you.
No, I just tell him to tell Jerry to go away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like Jerry stands there and eats Cheetos noisily or something like that.
Yeah, he all he does is annoy the shit out of like literally everybody around him. Well, again, what is funny is you can kill him in the pacifist run and still be considered pacifist, apparently. This is a rumor, that's what people say, but you
Poor
know,
Jerry.
honestly, I believe it that Toby Fox would just put that in, like, yeah, you could kill this one.
The wiki
Fine.
description of him is everyone knows Jerry.
Everybody knows a Jerry.
Everyone knows him, except for me. I didn't meet
Women
Jerry.
hate
Okay.
doctors hate him.
Contrary to popular belief, killing Jerry accrues XP and is considered a kill.
Damn.
Let's see. Jerry's traits are similar to the stereotype that guy. Examples include profuse arrogance, disrespect, informal language, poor hygiene, licking its hands and sneezing without wiping, and ungratefulness.
Okay.
Uh, If the protagonist tells a joke in a battle where Snowdrake is present, it finds it funny and may even ask for more jokes from them. Ditching Jerry causes it to disappear, but it returns after 2 or 3 turns. Sparing all other monsters while Jerry is ditched ends the fight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of it, uh, a little one of the monsters that took me way too long to figure out how to beat, despite it being so fucking simple. A beetle who just wants to dance.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he just wanted to dance for so
Just
long. I was
literally
like,
watch him dance.
how do I fucking do it? And then because I missed the prompt of, hey, if his name's Yellow, you can that means you're ready to go. I missed that.
You know,
So
you
it's
could
like
change that too.
I did not know you could change that, but yeah, I just missed that prompt. I had to figure that out on my own. But yeah, I was like, how do I get this guy to let me go? And finally, I was like, oh, if he just wants to dance, so you deal with him last, and if everyone else has given up, then he'll just dance, and you're good.
So, there's a Frogget that explains the whole yellow names thing.
Yeah.
And you can tell him that you don't like the yellow names. And he's like, well, I guess we could switch to the pink names that everybody used to wear. That's fine. And then if you're like, all right, you mind switching it back to yellow? He's like, all right, well, we can, but this is the last time. And if you ask for him to switch it again, they just ditch they just ditch them entirely. So you can make a challenge run where nobody ever gets like nothing ever tells you if they're merciable.
Oh, okay.
At least
Here we
if I'm remembering this correctly. I do remember the pink names thing.
Here's some combat things for Jerry. Jerry eats powdery food and licks its hands loudly. Jerry tells everyone it has to go to the bathroom. Jerry sneezes without covering its nose. Smells like ... Jerry. You and the other monsters ditch Jerry when it looks away.
Yeah, I never met Jerry, unfortunately.
And the official Jerry tarot card, he's got a butt. I have the whole set. I could show you guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot I sent
The
those to
chat
you.
doesn't get to see. Viewers don't get to see
No,
because they're not viewing. They're
this
listening.
is this
They're
is
not viewing with our premium package.
this is
Yeah.
audio.
The video
Left cheek,
format is
left
released on
cheek,
OnlyFans.
left cheek. Sorry.
What's that from? What's left cheek from?
That
What's that from?
that's the first
The butt,
Transformers.
I
Would you
believe.
like to buy premium package? No,
Oh,
I don't want the premium package.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to borrow your wallet. Back pocket. Which back pocket? You got 10 back pockets. Left cheek, left cheek, left cheek.
I do remember that. Yeah, dude, I
That's
haven't
what.
watched the original Transformer
the
movies
Yeah,
so fucking
that's when they're
long.
fighting Scorponok in the desert.
yeah.
I love that. I can quote Transformers all day.
Probably my favorite scene in that entire movie was Barricade taking on that entire military base in the very beginning. What's that?
That wasn't.
What's that
That was
Barricade?
no.
Barricade's the police officer.
Yeah.
The
That
Who
was
was
the
it?
helicopter. The
Oh
helicopter.
yeah.
I'm forgetting the helicopter's name in the first movie.
I don't remember.
Transformers 1. That was Blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackout attacks the military base. Scorponok comes out of Blackout's back.
Does
Yeah.
anyone remember how my boy Shockwave got relegated to being not cool?
Space station.
Yeah,
He was he was a
satellite.
satellite.
I thought that was
Let's talk about
Soundwave.
my
Or
boy
was that Soundwave?
Metroplex.
I think that was Soundwave actually.
Soundwave was the
Yeah,
space station.
Soundwave
Yeah.
was you're right.
Because
Let's talk about my boy Metroplex, guys. Isn't Metroplex cool? He's a man and also the entirety of a city. Isn't that nifty?
It's so
Isn't that
cool.
I just feel
bonkers?
sorry for all the residents when he transforms into a robot.
Dude, I picture that they all just get ground into fucking dust.
Like, what happens to all the stuff in your house while he's in robot mode fighting people?
Dude, like I'm not so concerned about that. I'm concerned about the fucking people. How many like what if you like don't have time to get your pets out of Metroplex before he goes into the fight? Do they just get fucking annihilated?
Yes.
Like the transformer hits him and now your pet bird is smashed against the wall of your apartment that has now been caved in by a fucking sword.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Um.
you guys didn't get to go to Hotland and hear some of my favorite music.
Hotland has
Unfortunately
some of the
not.
best music. The core has probably some of the best background music out of any of the areas, besides Waterfall. But the core's music isn't very comparable because they're good for two widely different reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your favorite boss fight song so far? You've heard two of them. Well, I guess you guys have probably heard them all at this point. You know, the game's really old and you probably heard them all.
Yeah. Out of the two I fought, I think I prefer the second one.
Undyne's
Yeah.
Spear of Justice.
Dude,
Yeah.
Spear of Justice is so good.
Yeah, that one.
My favorite theme may be a bit of a shocker. It's Death by Glamour.
Which you guys
That
haven't
might be
heard.
a shocker to you, love.
No, I'm not shocked at all. That's a good song.
It's a banger. It's so good. It's like Metal Crusher is also like runner up. When you guys meet Mediton, his themes are bangers. I think love yours was Muffet's theme, right?
No. My favorite boss theme is Asgore's, specifically the beginning. Bergen
Oh,
Trukung.
Bergen Trukung. Yeah.
So Asgore actually has two theme songs that play back to back. Because it
Yes.
starts out with Bergen Trukung, which is like 14
He,
seconds or something like that, and then
that's
goes
the intro.
immediately into another song.
Okay. And do you like that
Um,
shorter part?
oh God, does that shorter part hit so good?
Okay.
Bum 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 da 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 da, and then it just dives right into the next song, and it
Dun,
oh
dun, 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 dun,
Uh,
dun, dun,
uh,
dun, dun,
well,
dun,
um,
dun, dun.
is there anything else Undertale wise you want to get in here? Because I'm going to start winding the podcast down. It's late.
Which character would you fuck?
The ghost.
nabs to blood all the time.
Oh, and I will make him not cry anymore, and we'll make
This is
music
with your
together.
penis.
Yeah,
I want serious answers from all of you. Which one would you fuck?
Serious answer.
the ghost. That's a serious answer.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
relationship
accept it.
wise, Napstablook would be pretty nice.
I think he's
You'd be
cute.
Jin.
He's adorable, and I like him.
You can go that angle of like which do you think would be best in a relationship, or which are you just most sexually attracted to?
Asgore.
I haven't been
Uh,
sexually attracted to any of them, so I'm going to go with the cute one.
Same.
yeah, I get that. So love, you said Asgore.
Yep.
And mind you, they don't have to be bosses. They could be minor characters if you want.
Well,
The
it's definitely not going to be
dummy.
Jerry, so.
Yeah,
It,
lad.
I guess Papyrus?
Okay,
awesome.
good
That's
answer.
great.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm
Is
gonna.
it next game time?
Yes.
Or do we do what? What is there an ending? There was a different thing we did before,
Oh,
Not what
yeah.
or was it news? We already did news.
we are.
Do you
Yeah.
want us to spoil endings?
Instead of putting news at the end, we had it at the beginning. So
If you want to
that's
talk
what
about
it
the
was.
endings first, you can absolutely.
Do you want us to spoil the endings? That's the thing.
You
'Cause
know
I
what?
know all three.
I'm gonna say no because I haven't finished it, and I'm going to try to finish it. I like this
Okay.
game enough. I'm gonna continue playing it on my own time. So
Or did
I'll
you want
say
me to
no
spoil
to
the
the
ending I
endings.
know you're not gonna get?
Mine-
Because that is
Yes.
one thing.
Mine
Sure, you
would
can
be
spoil that
neutral.
one.
So in the genocide ending of the game, you of course famously you fight Sans, you kill him. And then you go to kill Asgore. Flowey tries to stop you. You kill Flowey. You kill Asgore. And then after having killed everything in the underground, you speak to an image who is assumedly the first human that fell down. And they offer you to destroy the world or not. Doesn't matter. The world gets destroyed regardless of your answer.
Okay.
And if you try to reload the game, it's just like an empty, like black area with wind sound effects. And you can sell your soul to bring it all back. And then if you do pacifist again, there's some changes.
Okay. That's cool.
There's also a unique dialogue that if you do it 7 times, the little ghost thing that talks to you to destroy the world, he's like, "Dude, you are really enamored with doing this. Please do something else." Like,
When you say destroy the world, are you talking about the monster world and the human world?
like
whole-
literally all of it. Yeah,
Oh.
literally all of it.
Oh, okay.
Genocide of humans, monsters, and everything, in the words of Flowey in the one of the major pacifist boss fights. It's really interesting to me that he says humans, monsters, everything, as if there is a third thing.
Plant.
Darkners. Haha.
Darkness.
Copies of Call of Duty Ghost.
Well, technically,
Oh no,
Flowey's a
they're all
monster.
gone.
Oh no, they're all gone.
That's the worst part about the world ending. Oh, who's gonna enjoy ghosts?
I'm realizing I never gave the answer for the one I would fuck. The bunny shopkeeper, obviously.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair.
the snow one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get that. I forgot about her.
Can I fuck the
It's
dancing
very
cactus?
easy to. Yes, 100%. Just
Okay.
no reason.
Mushroom dance.
Or the mushroom, you mean?
Yeah, the
Yes,
mushroom,
you
not
can
the
fuck
cactus, the mushroom.
He knows your sins.
What's your
Mushroom dance. Mushroom
Um,
dance. Whatever could it mean? It means you've lived a life of sin.
Is that the dialogue you get no matter what? Or
I don't think so. I think that's dialogue if you've ever killed. Let me check.
I forget what it said for me. I don't think it said sin.
oh, by the way,
Yes.
I have a bottle of Tic Tacs here. I've been doing this
Delicious.
thing in my
No.
work
I need to
where
know.
What's
need
wrong
to
with
know.
I
that?
ask people if they want a Tic Tac. And if they say yes and put out their hand, I just keep pouring Tic Tacs in their hand. I just keep going. I pour like an entirely unreasonable amount
You know,
in their
I would
hand.
not care if you did that to me.
No, I'd be like, oh, being nicer. Oh, sharing, yes.
Especially if they're the orange ones. Those are the best.
They were the orange ones. They're so good.
Oh,
But
hell
the
I
thing
used
yes.
is, I did that to one of my managers while he was like moving a pallet with a pallet jack. So he needed both hands. He was like, "Oh, sure, fuck it. I'll take a Tic Tac." And I filled his hand with Tic Tacs. Now he had to eat them all right now. Put them somewhere, or just deal with having Tic Tacs in your hand while trying to move a pallet jack. He ended up putting them in his pocket. It was like half the bottle he put in his hand.
I would have just eaten them all.
The mushroom has a name.
He has a
Oh,
name.
what's the
His name
mushroom's
is
name?
Ragel.
What?
Ragel.
I'd probably say Ragel or
Rachel.
Ragel. Rachel.
Rachel.
Ragel
That's like
does what the
Rachel.
game calls a mysterious mushroom dance, complete with its own song. Its moves are swaying side to side with arms bent in a right angle position, which change from up and down, always the position opposite of the other. head down so the 2 dots nostrils look more like eyes before lifting their head to reveal their real eyes. On a neutral route, if the protagonist has not killed any monsters, they worry about how they are supposed to get to the surface,
Oh yeah,
since
that's
they're
right.
rooted to their spot. If
Yeah.
you've killed at least one monster, so they suggest that you have sinned. If you try to talk to them again, it results in them telling you not to speak to them. If you speak to them after the barrier is open and the true pacifists, they say they are happy as they have found someone who will move them to the surface.
No.
Okay.
Then they question why the protagonist was expecting a more distressed explanation of their dance.
Undertale, good.
Yes.
Um,
Oh my god, my phone's at 3%.
what game are we playing
We'll
next?
wrap it up.
Oh, buddy.
Who
So,
chooses?
you see, we've had some fun, we've had some RPGs, we've had some real good vibes, right? We're about to
Yes.
change that up. We're gonna rip and fucking tear our
Oh.
way through Doom 2016.
Oh hell yeah, that's the one I have on Switch and PS4. Which one should I
See,
do?
I
You
love
should
that
not
game.
play it on the Switch.
I love that
wouldn't
Hey,
game
I
Dusty.
wouldn't.
so much.
Okay.
Question: when do I get to choose?
Never.
You don't.
You're a guest.
I'm a
You
guest.
can suggest
I would
one
love.
to one of us, but
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
make one of us
Okay.
choose for you, and you can show up on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that was kind of the plan
So.
of this one.
Parker. my cat.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I thought Dusty just chose it because he wanted to.
Well, I did, but I also wanted to have you on eventually, and I knew you would come on for Undertale.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, but we're gonna start. If I have someone that I know who would talk about a game, and that one gets recommended, I'll have that person on. So we'll have you on again for
I
sure
would
eventually.
I would love to be more like involved with this. It's just I just have a shitty schedule.
Oh, so do I. It is midnight for me, and I have to be up in 5.5 hours. But I don't give a shit.
Is it midnight for you
Podcast
guys?
time.
Is it 3? No, it's 1. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're in Texas.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm only an hour behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could
Except,
drive to you. It
yeah,
wouldn't take as long as driving to Love or Lad.
yeah.
Obviously.
No, we could do. We are both close enough that if we really wanted to, we could both drive and meet halfway. Just
You know, let's meet in fucking Kentucky and get Tennessee and get.
anyway.
Let's go
So
to
Kentucky.
Chicago together and get shot in the streets for.
you know
Already
who
been
else
there.
gets shot in the streets?
My
Me.
The demons in Doom Eternal. Doom 2016 has been recommended.
Yep.
Why'd you say
Awesome.
Doom Eternal and then say Doom 2016?
I'm
Don't worry
trying.
about it.
I'm trying to bring us back to this, and I used Doom Eternal to bring us to Doom.
Yeah. Speaking of Doom Eternal, hot
Yes.
take. I think Doom 2016 is more fun.
I have heard that.
Replaying Doom Eternal, so we're going to see
I
if I'm right.
I need to. Are PS4 games region locked?
Reach.
Because
Why would
if so, I
I
have Eternal on the PS4, but I have the German version because my mom doesn't know how to search for games on Amazon for Christmas. There's
what
nothing
the
more
fuck?
metal than turning around to Doom Eternal and seeing the German language on the back of Doom. It's like, hell yeah. Just looking
Dude,
at this makes me want to
the
rip
only
and tear.
thing
I'd have to play it on the Switch then.
it always depends on what kind of metal. Because if you're going for death metal or black metal, then there's nothing more metal than Swedish being there.
Hey, love. You should take a look at your
Mhm.
phone real quick.
Well, that'd be a lot easier if I wasn't at 2%
Yeah,
now,
I
wouldn't
have
it?
Doom 2016 downloaded, but I have a physical version of Eternal and it's in German and it's hilarious. My parents had no idea. I immediately realized when I saw Peggy 18 on the cover instead of the ESRB.
Yeah.
I was like, uh-oh. Flip it
Okay,
over.
love,
It's
uh,
all Germans.
So hey, love. If you wanted to talk after the podcast, join me in a PlayStation party because I will not be able to call.
Yep, will do.
Okay. Well,
All right.
thank you all for listening. Episodes being posted soon, I swear. Link
Someday.
the Gaming Dusty on literally everything. New channel, The Long Dusty. I have 2 videos up, I believe. Where can we find you guys?
I'm not gonna plug
Um,
myself.
Unplug.
don't try to find me on Twitter.
Okay.
You can find me, this guy right here, the big dragon, the great Durg, the Pyrex in the night. You can find me all the way over on Twitter at the Wulfryk D, capital D, because you know that thing's big. You can also find me on DeviantArt, I guess. You don't want to.
Do you want me to link
Good old
that or
Midnight
not?
Fire. Nope, they just gotta look for themselves.
Okay, I'll put the link to the Twitter in the description below. Not to
Find
the
me on-
DeviantArt though. You'll have to find that one apparently.
Yep, gotta find it yourself.
I'm gonna put a plug in here. Do you want DeviantArt? Do you want to buy art? Jared Genesis now sells art. It's hilarious. You should go buy it. Anyway, thank you for listening to Collecting Dust.
You can
Next,
find me on YouTube, Sanguine Savant.
I'll put that in the description.
I'm probably gonna change the name to Eelayne at some point. Like very likely.
Okay, I'll put it in the description. Anyway, um, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Thank you for
My phone's at
listening.
1%. Be
Good
safe.
night. I'm gonna
Good
raid
night.
now. We're raiding Surrey Fox. I feel like I have to because Surrey Fox gave me the name Collecting Dust as a joke and I ran with it. So we're doing it.
We're
Wow,
doing
you
it live.
stole the name, huh?
No, I was it's in a Narwolf stream talking about how I wanted to make a podcast and he was like, you should call it Collecting Dusty. And I was like, that's close enough. I'll call it Collecting Dust.
And
Yeah,
then you
the-
died.
Why was that so loud?
I
That was
don't know.
beautiful.
Am I loud?
Yeah,
Now
it
you
was
are.
loud
You-
at
Yeah,
first.
when you said that, like you got like
And
wild.
then you died.
Yeah,
That was at least 20 decibels higher than what you
I
were.
love
You
that.
died horribly and tragically in an accident in 1979.